right, welcome back in. Just another football show.
Going old school on this one.
Going old school.
Yeah, this is a throwback matchup. Dallas,
Yeah, it's true.
San Francisco,
Fair point.
rivals from way back in a renewed rivalry.
You know,
Dallas fans don't want to count last year.
I've been listening. You know what the honest, like my honest thought process, as you said that, is I have listened to Dave Damashek too long because I thought, God damn, it's going to be a great uniform matchup. Like watching these two teams on the field, it's going to be beautiful to watch.
He's always talking about the uniform.
He is. He's a big uniform guy, and I appreciate a lot of it. But it's going to be great to watch. You know, we're getting Ray back on. He's our Niners fan, hanging out, talking 49ers. We're getting David around.
He called his shot last week. He got the Cowboys points exactly right. I don't think he did it with 4 missed extra points, though.
No, I mean I will say that there's some sort of a joke or comparison to extra points in the CND show, but I couldn't figure it out. So we'll just let you come to your own conclusion on
Both
that joke,
are
guys.
missed.
Both are
sorely
missed. Yeah, it was a fun show. Miss you guys. This is the game that's finishing out the weekend. I wish it was at night. We've talked about this.
As long as it's going to be in Santa Clara, it's not going to be at night. Night in Santa Clara is like...
Fair point.
Everyone's asleep. Everyone in the rest of the country is asleep. It's after 10. So, but this is the capper for the weekend, I think we can say. And we'll set up nicely to be grudge match, old school. I know that the Dallas Cowboys are red hot, but we'll see if that works week to week. And then the Purdy show will keep rolling.
Gonna see that it's a very interesting thing. So let's get a hold of Ray. He's first up. He's going to get us going and talking a little 49ers. Let's get it going. All right, so we're bringing back in Ray. He is representing them 49ers. So things got a little tight at halftime, and then they weren't anymore. Talk me through how you were feeling on Saturday, making your way through that Seattle game before we move on to the big game this weekend.
Yeah, a little nervous. Just seemed to be. I just even going back probably the last 3 or 4 games. We've been giving up some bigger plays, and it's definitely in that Raider game, but early. In the Arizona game, a few big plays, and then Seattle, and it's like, man, when is this defense has been heralded all year gonna show up? And definitely, I still felt that we were the better team, but they use the ankle twist as a motivator, but when you're in a win or go home, I don't feel like you should need another motivator.
Yeah, you ain't lying, sir.
I mean, I'm glad whatever if that riled them up, but I mean, we can't afford to start slow every game on defense.
Use everything you can, I suppose, if you have to. Yeah. So you move on, you knock out the Seahawks, getting another home game there. In come the Dallas Cowboys, and this is red hot. This is a old school rivalry, right? We got the Cowboys, Niners. This goes back to a long time ago. How do you feel about the Cowboys coming in, I guess, is the first question. It was pointed out when we talked to our Cowboys fan that this matchup we saw last year didn't go well for the Cowboys. Is this a matchup you wanted to see, or were you hoping for something else? How do you feel about Dallas coming in?
It's a love-hate thing. You love it when you beat the Cowboys, but God, you hate it when you lose to them. But I feel pretty good about it. We were in their house last year, and I feel like we've, made some pretty good improvement at some key positions. So I think we're a better team than we were last year. I would say, Parsons wasn't as healthy. He was a little banged up last year. So that's a different maker on their side. But I think overall, our team improved a little more. So I feel good about it. I just don't want to lose to the Cowboys.
Hey, I mean, we're all rooting for San Francisco this week. Where no one really wants to see the Cowboys. No one outside of Texas or outside of Cowboys fandom wants to see them moving on. So we're all Niners fans this week. But us here in Iowa, particularly so because of the Brock Purdy saga that is continuing on. He was, 18 of 30 last week, so a little bit over half, but 332 yards, looked good eventually, maybe started off a little bit slow, but looked good eventually. Do you think that Brock has the mindset? We're getting deeper into the playoffs, right? Divisional round now. There are fewer and fewer weeks ahead. Do you think he has the correct mindset, the ability to kind of weather the storm here and handle the pressure that's coming at him?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get to him. What I worry about is, I can't expect a rookie quarterback as great as he's been to, be north of, the 110 QB rating every single week.
It's a big ask.
we got to be able to survive a game where he's not at his best. And I thought that was going to be last week. Definitely it was wet to start, and there were some throws that definitely could have been turnovers. And there were some other, some errant throws in there. But then he made some big ones too. So, eventually, a couple of those might turn into turnovers, and we're going to need, the defense to do their part. And I'd still expect Brock to get over those turnovers and make some big plays in between. But one of these games, he's not going to be a 131 QBR,
So I've mentioned this, I think, a few times now, as we've talked about not only this game, but just the 49ers and Brock Purdy's situation in general. This team is just so well built around him that I don't think they have to lean on him to win. What to you? If Brock Purdy struggles, comes out, maybe throws a pick early, Fred Warner gets him, something like that, or not? Jesus Christ, I'm flipping my sides.
If that happens, that's
flipping
weird.
my side. You're not wrong. That's a big problem. Sorry, I'm getting distracted over here. But maybe he throws a pick early, something. Maybe a little confidence hit. What do you suppose the game plan is for this team to sort of keep him upright and keep him going?
It's kind of our bread and butter kind of plays that we're already playing, expecting yards after the catch. It's the sweeps. It's the, it's the screens. It's the quick outs. He's let it go downfield, pretty freely and picked up some big plays that way. But if he does turn it over, we just dial it back a little bit, and, lean on, the healthy stable of in the backfield and just those kind of quick plays, and just hopefully, we get those yards after the catch.
Yeah. I think San Francisco offense and defense, both like Casey said, both stacked, both stout. But Dallas is going to be coming in red hot, right? The Monday night game that was a shellacking. They beat the pants off of Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They looked good every step of the way. They made no mistakes. How do you think San Francisco is going to be able to handle Dallas coming in with all that kind of momentum, all that fire and confidence and everything?
Yeah,
coming out
they come off of that ugly showing, and then they get damn near a bye week just to build their confidence as sky high. Not that Dallas or any of their fans need any help getting a bigger head, but not what I wanted to see. So they're going to be fired up, and Parsons has been chirping in to kind of feel that fire, and that's been kind of fun for him. But hopefully, we can keep him quiet and just get to the second half and let us wear on you on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that seems to be what San Francisco wants to do, and it works. So game plan just as normal there. All right, Ray, give us a little bit of an idea of how this game is going to go. What's the game flow like here? Started off slow last week, but finished very, very strong, obviously. What's the game flow like here for this game against the Cowboys, and then what's the final score?
Yeah, I think maybe I'll, expect some of the same, maybe a little too loose early on. They get a little momentum, but we'll wear them down. Let's give them a 3-point lead going into half, something around the 17 mark, and then we'll keep them to maybe a touchdown in the second half and beat them 31-24.
31-24. Okay.
There you go. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Yeah. It seems like,
it's going to be a fun one. All these games this weekend. I'm looking forward to this weekend, man.
Definitely seems like emotions are high for this game just because the rivalry goes back so far. We've seen these games through the playoffs as long as I've been alive. So I do think that this is going to be a really good one, and I don't have to be unbiased because it's half my show. I'm rooting for the San Francisco 49ers.
What's half here?
Half-ish.
I mean, if you see, you would have made the better point to have said third and then taken the other third that counts as
two-thirds.
He's definitely
Two-thirds, baby.
Jim's
Yeah.
definitely pulling
It's
for
a
the
vacated
Niners over
third at the
here.
moment, so yeah.
Everyone's pulling for the Niners. Let's call
Yeah, I was
it
going to
that.
say, where's this other
Might be,
one?
might be who you're picking, but who you're pulling for?
Pulling for Purdy.
Nobody's rooting for the Cowboys.
That's right. That's right.
Let's go. All right, Ray, man, we appreciate you taking a little time to pop on with us, and if you're right, we'll be bugging you to hang out and talk to us for the NFC Championship game.
Dude, I'm looking forward to talking to you guys.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right, so he called a shot. He's back. We're talking to David, talking to little Cowboys. David, how's it going? You feeling okay? There's a kicker joke here somewhere. I just couldn't find it, so we'll just
missed the point.
I missed the point. There it is. Moving on. How you doing, sir? Moving on. Playing a second playoff game this season.
Love watching the boys go out there and do their business. I think I said 31-24.
Yep.
So I was close. I
There
think
you
it
go.
was 31-14.
Yep.
So, I feel good. Dak looks great. I'm excited for this weekend.
Yeah, Dak looked, as good as ever when he needed to, and people will tell you that the Bucs defense is no slouch. I'm not entirely sure about that, but he looked fantastic, right? He took over the game, was throwing well, ran for a touchdown in there as well, and just looked like he could beat any team. So this Cowboy team looks as strong and dangerous as any team in the NFL. But now they play the San Francisco 49ers, the team that, I don't know, a week ago we were saying looked as strong and dangerous as any team in the NFL. So how do you feel about, your momentum clashing with their momentum and Brock Purdy?
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a fun matchup. Obviously, it's a rematch of last year's playoffs. Definitely hoping for a different result.
So say, how did that one go?
Yeah, we're going to be fine. Listen, they're a great team. They got a good defense. But I'm not scared about Brock Purdy. I'm not. The guy's been playing great. I'll give him that. But I'm not scared. We got him. We are about to knock Brock off his best.
No one's done it yet.
No one's done it yet, and I do think that the defense here for Dallas has a chance to do that, right? Like you just put Micah Parsons on his ass and see what happens.
Bruce Irvin was getting all over him, and Micah Parsons is 10 times the player that Bruce Irvin is. So, yeah, Brock's he's gonna be concerned for his well-being very early in the game.
That's got to be the game plan, right? You got to get at him. But this Niners team can very easily sort of shift the game plan over. They've got three very capable players to line up in the backfield. Obviously, CMC, trade of the year happening right there. They lined Deebo Samuel up back there still, especially here in the postseason. We saw that quite a few times against Seattle last week. They got Mitchell back. Like this team's got sort of I don't want to call it a fail-proof system, but their best shot at a fail-proof system back there if Purdy struggles. So how do you feel about lining up against this Niners run attack or short game attack, I guess, even, if you want to throw Kittle in there for the short game and then the yards after catch that he can provide? How do you feel about that particular setup?
Yeah, well, Kittle's a monster. I can't remember where he went to college, but somewhere good probably.
I mean, good at a couple things. But.
So, no, they're a good team. They're a good team. They got a ton of weapons. But I think you got to focus on shutting the run down. Put everything you got on Christian McCaffrey. That's where it starts. You cut that out. Make Brock Purdy have to throw those quick little outs. That's what Tampa Bay tried to do. Is they couldn't run, so they did all those little quick passes to Chris Godwin. And I don't know if you saw Chris Godwin at the end of the game, but he looked like he was ready for an ice bath. All right? You got to go up there and you hit these guys and you keep hitting them until they don't want to get hit anymore.
Yeah, it was a long game for the Buccaneers offense. Tom Brady threw the ball 66 times. Took him that long to get 2 touchdowns there and then win me a prop bet on DraftKings. But it was a long, terrible game for the Buccaneers, and that's because, like you said, the Cowboys' defense was hitting hard, hitting often. They had Tom Brady on the ropes basically the entire time, and there wasn't a whole lot that the greatest of all time could really do about it, and he just looked inept. So I really do think that all the talk coming out of that game was Dak, how good he looked, a little bit about how the kicker sucked, but really it was the defense that looked so good in the game here. And I think if the Cowboys do beat the San Francisco 49ers, it will be because of this defense.
Yeah, well, like, their offense is clicking on every possible cylinder right now. That's why you got to cut out at least one of them. Mm-hmm. So I don't care if you just pick Kittle, if you pick Debo, I think you take out McCaffrey. But you got to just game plan to take one of those players out. You take your chances with 2 of the 3, but you got to take one of them out. I think this defense remembers what happened last year. This team is so fired up to play the Niners. Like, the Giants beating the Vikings, which I think I also called that one, is the best thing to happen to us because we get to the Niners right away. Let's get to them. I don't have to worry, but let's get right to it. This is the game that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're going to be ready to go.
Yeah, it's something that's basically been obviously stuck with you for the entire year. It's stuck with the Dallas Cowboys too. Any feeling here that the Dallas Cowboys got the short end of the stick with them playing on Monday night, getting the shorter week to go up against play in San Francisco against the Niners, who got to play on Saturday? They have 2 days rest on you. Any kind of resentment with the NFL for that, or is that just more bulletin board material?
Quite the opposite. I think it's the best thing that could happen to us.
Oh, okay.
We are so hot rolling off that game.
True.
The sooner we can play again, keep that momentum rolling, the better.
Okay.
I think if we would be in the same situation as the Niners, having that bigger gap, I think it would hurt us. Now you get to roll right off of that. You're still high off the win. You're feeling good. You come right into them. And like you said, we get to hit them in their mouth, in their house. Let's do it.
Yeah. Clearly, you're fired up.
That's something. Okay. I hated it. To be honest, I railed about it on the podcast this week. I hate the idea. I hate the Monday night thing. It's so fucking stupid.
I think if you look at it just on its face, it looks a little lopsided or unfair. But like David, I fully agree with you there. Now you get to take that momentum. It doesn't wane. It doesn't go away, or you don't really get to focus on. Okay, I get these extra couple. You get to roll right into it. So I'm with you there. I think that if any team needed it, it was this Dallas Cowboys team to kind of take the momentum, harness it, and propel them into this game on Sunday.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, guys. I can't wait for the game. I wish they could play it tonight.
Oh, please. I say you're fired up.
You're fired up and excited. I get it.
Let's go.
I did see Mike McCarthy fired up after the game on Monday. He had the chains. I think he was doing a little dance. How you feeling about Big Mike?
I said when they got rid of Jason Garrett, I'm pro Mike McCarthy because he's not Jason Garrett. The bar's been set pretty low for him, but whatever he's doing right now, it's working. So let's roll with it.
There you go.
All right, let's hear it. Let's get your pick. How's this game going to go? Who's going to win? What's the score?
The Cowboys are going to win.
Okay.
That's obvious.
I figured as much, but
said it last week and you're right.
I'm trying to do some math in my head here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the game is going to be 26-24 Cowboys.
Well, that sounds like a damn fun game to watch.
All right, so stay with me. Maher will make a field goal to win the game.
Oh, he's coming back. I like it.
After he misses an extra point earlier in the game.
Oh, no. He's writing the storybook ending.
Oh, man. You could write for the NFL.
I like what you're doing. there, David. That's big brain right there.
Write it down.
All right.
It's going to happen.
Right. Well,
Maher will be the X factor one way or the other.
That sounds correct. Well, if you're right, man, we'll be bugging you to come on and talk NFC Championship with us next week. We appreciate you taking the time, sir.
I can't wait. I will be ready. I look forward to talking to you guys again.
All right, man. Take it easy. We appreciate you.
Thanks, David.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
You too, man.
All right. That's another one. Get them done.
Both guys,
Confident.
both David and Ray,
Confident.
a little more fired up than normal. I think that
I think this matchup specifically brings it out.
And the way that the game ended last year, and
so I don't want to make this go too long, but you see a generation of football fans that are fans of these two teams around my age because these two teams were winning at that point. I don't want to say anything bad about those particular people. But it happens, right?
How it works,
like you see,
absolutely.
You see the '90s in the Niners and the Cowboys winning games. That's when people started, people my age started watching a little football, and they get latched onto these teams. And I think that's where these two guys line up. They're in the same boat, right? They latched on as fans at that point, and haven't necessarily seen a whole lot of success since. So they're chomping at the bit for it. And these fan bases, like I would think, kind of just don't like each other either, right? Because it was one or the other, right? They sort of clash.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's this is going to be a good one. I do kind of wish, like you pointed out on the podcast, that this was like Sunday night, right? Instead of 5:30, just a
It
weird.
just feels so weird.
Start time. Like, give me the under the lights.
And what time is that?
Of course, it
even,
wouldn't
like,
be under the lights
in
there.
California, that's like
right.
3:30.
It's going to be light the whole time,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know. It's weird, but
I will say I did have a Cowboys winter coat. Started whatever those were. I had I think a Deion Sanders jersey, like sure. I started paying attention to football then, and Cowboys were really good. So I was one of those kids.
I get it.
And then I grew up
for sure. Yeah. So all right. That's going to do it for this episode. Make sure you guys are checking out all the other fan previews for Division Weekend. Check us out on the old Twitter machine, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We're doing all of our things out there. Our best bets, things are all out there. So give us a follow, a like, a subscribe, a share. Every little bit helps. We very much appreciate it. And until the next one, this has been Just Another Football Show.
See ya.
Act one, scene one, all in their places. Lights.